Hey, how's it going, everyone? Happy Monday. It's another Monday. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Marcus. Neoterus. Tech user. Job guy wrecked. Welcome in, guys. Hope you guys had a lovely weekend. How you guys doing? Have you ever made a landscape that every time you log into a game, it rearranges itself? You cannot modify a landscape at runtime. So no. Have you thought of tinkering with motion design? No, I'm not a motion design person. Plus, you cannot do that in game, so I've had zero interest in it. Sorry. Yeah, dual operator, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Guys, it's hot. It is hot. It's going to be very hot tomorrow. And even hotter on Wednesday. Today is like 83. Tomorrow's 88. And Wednesday is 90. Send help. Think it's right now 75.4 in here, which is above what I want, but I'm surviving. But I am concerned for the next 2 days because it's probably gonna be quite warm inside. You can't modify a landscape with patches. You can in editor, not at runtime. As far as I know, patches don't work at runtime. Plus, patches are expensive, so I wouldn't recommend using a ton of patches anyway. I would use the patches, set up the landscape, and then bake the new height map with the patches to have just a clean landscape. Like, I wouldn't keep them in. Like, if you can. Can you make the terrain with a voxel plugin? Oh yeah, but that's a different story. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with plugins. It's a plugin. I mean, yeah. But you could make directional 2D games with a plugin, but you can't with the default, right? Like, yeah, you can do a lot with plugins, but that's not built-in functionality, at least. But I give you feedback on what you're applying to the Unreal Grant. You do realize I have no idea what they want for the Unreal Grant, right? I genuinely have no clue what they want. I'm glad I inspire you to apply. I mean, but I'm guessing. My guessing is based off of me asking AI for help. That's basically it. I got nothing. So, like, me providing any kind of feedback is almost pointless because I could be telling you the exact opposite of what they want. So I don't know. Now, if I was to get it, then I would feel more comfortable providing feedback. But chances of that are slim to none. So you're a real dev, and I'm not a dev. I'm not a real dev. I'm not even in the game industry. I mean, if it's something you want feedback on, you can post it on the Discord, and people can provide feedback. I mean, when I get time, I can take a look at it. But yeah. Man, yesterday I released another video that was a flop. My goodness, the last few videos I've released have been bad. It's like I'm circling the drain. I'm washed up. I'm going out with the water. Thank you guys for those of you that watched it. It's funny because I actually really enjoy those topics. I was excited for them, but it seems I was the only one. But regardless, it's made me think about maybe dropping to one video every 2 weeks to give me time to like improve the quality of the one video. But I don't know if that's gonna make any meaningful difference, to be fair. Like visually it'll appear fancier, but it's not gonna give you any more information, really. So I don't know. I think the PCG as a whole, I think all PCG channels right now are on the down. So gotta do something, I don't know what. I hate not knowing. It's okay. Figure it out. Figure it out or die trying. There's only two options, right? Other than that, today, we're going to be continuing to work on some stuff for fixing some bugs, improving some systems, basically just an improvement month for the rest, as we kind of polish some stuff for the what's it called, for the submission that I did in the month. Hey, Svarfree, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you doing? Would love a PCG dungeon. There's no system for it. That is an extremely complicated system. Even PCGX doesn't have a good system for it. I know. I've asked. I've talked with Tim, the creator. That is like a multi episode series that I would need to figure out beforehand, because I'm not doing the same thing I did with the traffic system again, where I try to figure it out on the fly. Just too many bugs down the line. I want to, and I don't have time to kind of figure it all out first. Been testing pathfinding and it's looking I mean, yeah, a single path is easy, but for me, a dungeon used to have different customizable shapes, different sized rooms, different entrances, customizable levels, right? It's a whole thing. Where, like, yeah, if you just want to put a corridor and connect two box rooms, right, that's easy. But that's not, you can just draw that out right now with PCG, using like the building setup. Just, you only have the first floor with no roof, right? Like, that part's easy. But to like make an actual like full dungeon, you'd want to do like a large scale one. You'd want to do procedurally, yeah. That's a lot more complicated. It's not about just if you have a main path and just a bunch of extra rooms on the sides, that's not a dungeon, right? You'd need them to reconnect with each other, reconnect, and you want the rooms to be different sizes, probably different shapes, right? Do you see how all of a sudden, just even me describing it, it's just, there's 1,001 things that you need to do. It's the reason why I didn't want to do a city gen, and then people complained enough, and I gave in and I did it, and genuinely regret it because I think it's shit, but I did it. It ended up being exactly how I thought it would be, shit. So I don't want to do the same thing for a dungeon, where I just like make a dungeon series because people are asking for it, even though I'm in no position to make a dungeon. Hey Hobbs, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Nice. Best of luck with your PCG journey. Using Blueprint to spawn random sized room and spawn in the path of the PCG pathfinding. But yeah, that's what that's what I've been telling people. Every time someone says, hey, I want to make a dungeon, I tell them, don't make it with PCG. create it with blueprints and populate the rooms with PCG. PCG just it doesn't have that kind of like, doesn't have the setup to understand the rooms, especially if you want pre-made rooms. That's just good luck with that one, Chief. You're not getting that in any reasonable way, right? Because if you have pre-made rooms, you need to figure out where the doors are, connect things specifically at those doors, see if things fit right. It's a whole thing. And you're just not doing that with PCG. I would love to, but PCG doesn't understand the things. It's like if you spawn an actor, it doesn't all of a sudden read everything inside the actor and then understand, okay, well, you have these kind of shapes, we're going to try to fit them, right? PCGX does make certain things easier, but even then it doesn't have that functionality yet to have like a full dungeon generator that is customizable and modular and how you'd want for all the controls. To get started with some kind of dungeon-like thing, yeah, you can. But in terms of like actual like production ready, no, there's nothing. Unfortunately. You're a genius? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am so far from a genius. I'm below average at best. No, there's some. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And the master of none is the emphasis there. So. Not really going to work for a full game? Yeah, that's what I mean. All right. You can get like a cool like dungeon-like layout. Like even using the Waterbu plugin, right? You can use those, but you can't customize it. Right? That's not customized. You just get what you get. As soon as you want something different, well, tough shit. Right? So you probably want a starting room. You probably want an end room, right? You probably want to have the dungeon paths have, one path maybe look a different than another path, right? You have so many things you'd probably want to do for a production thing. You're just not going to get. Could it be done? Yes. The amount of work it would take would be insane. And not something someone's going to make a tutorial for. That's something a team at a studio will develop internally. Like a team. Over time with money. Do you have a video on what PCGX is versus PCG? PCGX is PCG with just extra nodes. That's it. But if you search PCGX, I have videos on PCGX, yes. Just search it on the channel. PCGX is just like Paper ZD for Paper 2D. It just builds on top and adds new nodes. That's it. That's all you need to know. That's the short version. Shall we get into things? It's confusing, or being honest. Oh yeah, Paper CD is extremely complex. The main problem for me is the cluster. Me and many people is the cluster system. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, I got it a little bit thanks to the pathfinding thing that I showed off a couple of videos ago. Right, that helped a little bit for me, but it's really built on top of, it doesn't require it, but it's really built on top of the cluster system. So, yeah. Expand the recent Waterbu plugin with PCGX for Dwellings Homes. Dwellings Homes is one of the most complicated parts of that system. You say that. Also, welcome in the Obsidian Rock. Hope you're doing well. You say that, but that's gonna take me like multiple days, if not weeks, to like look into and understand how it even works, because it's just data. And then how to figure out a system to make it, and then there's not even a good system for like roofs if you want like an actual like I was just looking into roofs today. I was talking with Tim, and I was like, does PCGX have like a system for like, you know, like just triangle roofs, you know, those kinds? No, there's nothing like, something like that is extremely complicated. It's one of the most complicated math equations you can do. It's like, no, there's no real good system for that. So even as something as just the roofs, getting, you know, those pitched roofs and having it like properly work and set up is very difficult. So, yeah, I'd love to. If I was doing this full time, maybe I would have time to look into it. But with my part-time schedule, there's no way. That's really it. Like, I'm doing this part-time. There's only so much I can do, unfortunately. Love that you made a traffic PCGX system. What PCG? Traffic PCGX? I didn't make a traffic PCGX system. What? I made a blueprint traffic system that has nothing to do with PCGX. I'm not sure what you refer to. I use PCGX a little bit in the city gen. Yeah, I think maybe you're thinking of someone else. I don't know. The plan for today is to look at some bugs and do some stuff from this list, to kind of things that I want to do that maybe we can finally take care of, and things that no longer are a thing either can go away. Kind of clean up this actual to-do list. Things that are no longer actually a thing we can remove and adjust. Starting with the game over screen showing boss drops multiple times. That's a problem, but we gotta fix. Game up screen. There it is. You even not fully traffic? Maybe it was just spawning cars. I mean, my traffic system was blueprints. It's not PCGX regardless. So I'm not quite sure. Because the only traffic system I use is that and the Matrix demo one, but neither one of those is PCGX. Like, I think PCGX spawns the splines, but the traffic system is not PCGX. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I need to go to you. I probably don't clear this. No, this. Boss currencies. That's probably what the problem. Boss currencies. Wait. Get boss currencies G. Wait. What? Oh, I'll open the game mode. That's why. Oops. I'm stupid. Watching a lot of your PCGX videos. I don't think the vehicle traffic one was PCGX. Sorry. Long day at work. Oh, you're all good. All good. Like, I'm easy to confuse as well, so. It's also probably me, not you. So, when we do I not reset this? Get, but I don't reset this. So yep. We gotta reset this. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Yep. I think that should do it. Let's go testing. Let's go. Blink. For it to load. And why is 581 coming out? I need those hotfixes. Well, more like want those hotfixes. So I can update to 5.8 and then start, and then set up the spawners and stuff. And then I can set up the loading screen better, and so much stuff will fall into place. Okay, so we got 2. So now if I go ahead and rerun it, we'll hopefully only see the new one. Hey, Revolution Art, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. They really need to do a 5.9, so many bugs? Well, they can fix the bugs in 5.8, 1, 2, 3. That's what those hotfixes are for. 5, like, usually major versions like that include, like, updates to act like systems, not just bug fixes. That next decimal point is the hotfix one. So, I need to keep it close. So yeah, we're probably gonna get like 0.1, 2, 3 at this rate, because 5.8 is extremely buggy. Need to hit him enough to, I think that's probably enough, but that should be more than enough. Oh right, the whole hit system is broken. Oh right, god damn it. Yeah, he's yeah, we gotta fix that. He can't hit me anymore at point blank range. Or it seems even. Yeah, we gotta fix that right after. Can you please hit me? Thank you. Yeah, good. Now we only get the one. Perfect. Fixed. And we should see 10 vials if we go to the shop. Yep, 10. Perfect. Okay. That whole bug section. Now let's go ahead and freaking fix the attacks. Okay. Oh yeah, and also I can't do my tests, right? In the testing world anymore. Yeah. Why not? Because I'm not loading. What a pain in the butt it all is. So basically, this is the problem. Current dungeon is 0 and dungeon ready. Or because this is current dungeon level 1. Right? I guess I could do a delay here. What if I just try that? Oh. Can I attack? No. I'm going to try setting it to -1. We're going to set up a kind of a debug state. Hey, Shastral, come in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Maybe building a generator 2.0. The building generator 2.0 would be, hey, take the system they already created for you in the example and just use it. Right, they built a building system when they introduced what's it called? Grammar. I haven't watched any of Ben Cloward's series. He was doing like I skimmed through the first video and he like used 3 nodes in 30 minutes and then I didn't watch anything after that because I was like, okay, he's just going really slow and he's doing like the forest. Like, cool. If you could elaborate on what you mean by his style series, I'm sure. But yeah, I didn't watch. I haven't been watching it. I don't typically watch like PCG videos, like not like beginner ones, and then advanced ones are dime a dozen. So if there is someone that makes one, I'll look at them. And then we need to set up the player to allow for -1. Ben is the best shader. If you're looking for shader work, he is the best. Number 1. I don't think anyone comes close. Like a technical artist PCG, like how you build environments. The thing is about that, Shastra, is the way I would build environments is the most basic graphs. Like, I made a video on like how I made this, right? And yeah, some things will be different when I redo it because PCG mode is a thing now. But I've made videos on that already. Right? I have a video on how do you draw out a dungeon. I would just do that. Like, the thing is that I think a lot of people don't realize is professionally, I don't have complex graphs. Right? Like, all of this is PCG, but all this is a spline interior sample with some just difference nodes. That's all it is. What is this? It's just a spawn along spline. What is this? Just a volume sampler with pruning some points. The 99.9% of the time, in terms of like what do I need for PCG, is just the most basic stuff. I don't need a system that can do this entire thing in one go. I just need a good modular staircase system. I need a good modular island system and a modular, right, cliff system that I can also now turn upside down and make like cliffs that come up, or I can have the rocks go down, right? I just need like very simple basic graphs and I can just make an environment. So and I've done a few tutorials for like how to do this, how to do like a few other ones, and I just do the same thing on all of them. 99% of the time, I don't want a super complicated advanced graph. I just need basic stuff that just really quickly, you know, draw out what I need and I'm done. Personally, I prefer smaller modular graphs than one that just has 20,000 things. Makes most sense for this approach instead of an entire world at once. Yeah, and it's so much easier to customize. It's so much easier to control how you want to control where you want it, right? Because like, let's say you're doing a dungeon, right? I mean, we can even go on use Waterloo as an example. Right, let's here's Waterloo dungeon generator, okay? So I can just click new dungeon, right, and just generate new dungeons. Here's what I cannot do. I cannot be like, you know, I need specifically a starting room that splits off into 3 specifically, forward, right, and left, because I'm gonna have these doors be like closed off, and I'm gonna need the right path to have this many rooms, the left path to have this many rooms, the forward path to have this many rooms, and then have them maybe connect, right? I don't have this control. Yeah, they're like, you can customize different things in this one, right? But like, I will be regenerating this so many times. But if I made just a generator that just created a room or some pre-made rooms I can just place, and then just a system that allows me to create a passageway between them, now I have, through just a modular passageway system any dungeon I want. Yes, I'm not going to procedurally generate the entire thing in one go, but depending on what you need and what you're trying to achieve, that is a better option of having pre-made setups and more control. Maybe I'll have like a spline that allows me to make any shape room I want, another spline that creates the path. It really depends on what it is you want. But because in the scenario where I'm giving, where I need like a forward, left, and a right from the start room, I can keep generating here as much as I want. But here's one, but this one reconnects these back, right? That doesn't work. That's kind of what I mean. And maybe you want an exit as well, right? It's cool. Procedural stuff at a large scale is very cool, as long as you're okay with the limitation that it provides. And if you were trying to make it so it's so customizable that you could do stuff like that, that is like professional studio teams making stuff for a studio, you know, like that's big level stuff. You're not going to find a tutorial for that. That is like, you know, weeks or months of work, custom systems, right? But creating a simple room setup with a spline and creating a simple hallway system with a spline and being able to customize the hardware to content is super simple and anyone can do it. Great. Pick your battles. The other thing you can consider is depth. Like you explore the width of PCG. Yeah, you can do so much. So that's the thing, is everyone who, like, even just saying like you want it, it's the same thing as people who are asking for a city generator, right? Same thing. You think you want it, but you don't actually know what you want, really. Because as I was saying with the city generator before I even made my series, it was like, I shouldn't be doing this. It's just, what is a city generator? Well, they're like, oh, you just make some roads and some buildings. Like, no. You want some roads and buildings in specific areas, probably. You want to be able to customize this, because otherwise, how do you have a main road? Where do you put your town hall? Where do you put, like, XY building? Do you want parks now, right? Like, you see how it goes and just way out of scale so fast. As soon as you start thinking about what it is you actually want, it just goes way out scale. But making small graphs is so easy, and that's all I do. People all want things if it puts them above others. For example, people think they want infinite money, but you can't give that to everyone. Hey, Juan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you have an idea for PCG video? Is it one that's actually achievable? Without, like, weeks of work? If yes, I'm interested. As long as this is not equal to 0. Okay. I'm... Could I do a... That's a problem too. God damn it. I need a better solution. I need a better solution. I want to make cliffs of, let's say, Elden Ring. What is special about the Elden Ring cliffs? Why do you specify Elden Ring? Cliff meshes that appear and adapt their height and maybe meshes? What? If a spline that defines the height of the landscape is higher or lower? I'm no follow. So you want to specifically, do you want to like art direct and specifically put a large mountain in a certain place and a smaller mountain in another place? Because when you're dealing with something as big as as giant mountains, you can just use the PCG mode and just paint the large mountains where you want, and you have full control over scale and whatever else. Use that method, and then done. You could art direct it to your heart's content, right? Or if you want, just draw them with a spline and then use the new edit mode and just adjust it accordingly afterwards. Nothing fancy needed. So just give it some random height. If you're not happy about a specific height of one of them, just go in and just adjust it. Because they're background mountains anyway, it's not like you're gonna need to continuously like generate new ones. So set them up, adjust them, and you're good. How do I... Not for large mountains. That's why Elden Ring was a good example. Well, I played Elden Ring, but I genuinely don't remember specifically mountains. Not something I ever kind of looked at or cared about in terms of like specifically how the mountains were. So it's been a while since I played it, so I genuinely don't know. If you want to post a picture of them, in the stream chat on the Discord, that'll jog my memory. But I mean, mountains are meant to be giant. Otherwise, they're just hills, right? So, don't quite follow, probably. Skirt of meshes to surround terraces. But yeah, maybe you're over-engineering it. Okay, so just spawn along a spline. If you want some bigger or smaller, you just transform points, give it a random scale, and you're good. And if you want, just play with the seed and you'll get a different configuration. And if you want like something very specifically large somewhere, then you can either use edit mode to specifically make one of them very large or very like positioned, or you can just scrap all of that and just use paint mode with PCG mode and just click where you want the mountains, and you can make them as big or small and can art direct the entire thing. It depends on how you want it to, how much control you want, and it seems like you want specifically high mountains in certain places, so place those high mountains in certain places. Maybe you just have the curve do all general mountains and you place a few key specific mountains somewhere. Yeah. Again, I'm very much just a simple graph is gonna do what you want. Don't overcomplicate it. Yeah, you could go in and have some really complex setup, but what I described is also gonna work, right? And then you're gonna do that in like 10 minutes and then be like, cool, done. And if you want to make it modular, you can make it so you can spawn whatever mesh, specify any mesh, and now you could and then expose the spacing, and all of a sudden you can just reuse that for any kind of setup. And now you have a modular setup that you can spawn things on a spline at any increment with any scale or whatever, right? Easy peasy. Probably mountain wasn't the correct word. Again, if you want, post a screenshot or an image in the stream chat in the Discord, and then I can give a more like precise answer to that based on what you're actually referring to. But in my imagination, mountains, right? Unless you're talking about being able to navigate mountains, but then that's its own separate discussion. I need to wait for this to finish loading, but only when it's actually being loaded. So what I can do is just do maybe a delay. I have an order operation problem. That's what I'm trying to solve. Oh, I need to wait for dungeon ready and variables loaded, and current dungeon level is greater than 0. If the current dungeon level is 0, then we could just load it. No, we can't. No, we can't. Again, I need to wait for variables to be loaded. How do we do this? How do we do this? Basically, in an area where I don't have the dungeon, and I'm loading into the hub, this needs to trigger first, but it won't because this will trigger first. And in scenarios where I just hit play, the variables loaded will never trigger. Like, I can make it so this is fine, and then I have to, but then I can't test it in the hub. Shit. I don't know the solution to this. Stupid order of operations problem. Why am I being so stupid? If I'm loading into an area with a dungeon, inside the dungeon, and the dungeon is being generated, then I'm doing it through the normal method, in which case the variables will be loaded. If I just hit play, then the variables will never load. Because I just hit play and I didn't use the method to run that, basically. Right, if I did this. Alright, then we're fine. The problem with this there was a problem with this. What was the problem with this? There was a problem with this, and this was the solution, but the solution is bad. So, you know what? I'm just gonna drop the solution. And then when I remember where the problem was. We'll try to refix the problem a different way. Shit. I can't remember the problem. But this allows me to still have all this. Okay. Let me move you somewhere else. And let me get you. Because we need to now fix you not hitting. That's a bigger problem. That's the bigger problem. Why don't you hit? This trigger? Oh, that's why we did it. Right. Well, no, that should, yes, that should trigger here. So then here, this is going to false, isn't it? No, the attacker was blank, wasn't it? No, he's fine. What about the overlap actor? Wait, overlapped actor is itself. Um. So why isn't it seeing? Yeah, it's not seeing. If I made this have collisions by default, then it sees me. Why? Why? I tell it to do query only. Okay, what if we just did a delay until next tick?
Mid-road time. Stream on ice so you don't see me fight with event begin play again.
Nope. This is one of those annoying things, huh? Basically, if we have collisions off, then for whatever reason, it's not detecting it right away. And if we have collisions on, and then, but we need a delayed start, it will hit someone and then not be able to hit something and then hit someone again. Maybe I just do a No, the reason we're doing this is because we need to have the otherwise it will trigger okay, we're going to do this a different way. I think we're going to need to set collisions to be on by default, turn them off. Then, like, check if there's no delayed start. It's going to become a mess. Jesus. Goddamn collisions. What if we deactivate? Wait, how do you has been activated? But how do you deactivate it? Wait, there's a on component activated and deactivated, but how do you actually deactivate it? What? Huh? Component has been activated. Following component has been deactivated. Is this a C++ only thing? It might be. In U5, on the capsule component, there's an event on component activated and deactivated. How do you actually deactivate the component using blueprints? It's not an option. I should have asked the question I really want to know is how do you set it to be deactivated by default? That's really what I wanted to ask. In the component panel, details, auto activate. That's not a thing. There is no auto activate. There is on the default scene route. But that's off. Oh yeah, sometimes it does, yeah. Often doesn't appear directly in the detail panel. Object blueprint. That's not a bad idea. Wait. Activate? Oh, there's not even there's no deactivate. There's a set auto activate. No, you can't even do this with never mind. You just can't do this with blueprints. Okay, so this is so annoying. Hey, Marine Man, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I mean, clearly you don't like Unity, otherwise you wouldn't be watching my videos. Why would you have no desire for Unity? Clearly. Otherwise, why would you be watching PCG videos for a different engine? I mean, I think you just need to admit to yourself the truth. Just admit it. Admit that you don't like Unity and you want to be using Unreal. And that's why you're watching the videos. Just, you know, just gotta admit to yourself. So, okay, to summarize the problem, if I have the collision on when I start, then it will immediately trigger the on begin overlap potentially, like right as when it's constructed, before the variables are set. which means this will fail, means they will never take damage. If the collision are off by default, then for whatever reason, it doesn't see them afterwards anyway, even with a get overlapping actors. It only sees themselves. So that also doesn't work. There's just no winning here, huh? There's just no winning here. There's no one you see with such interesting PCG content on the Unity side. Yeah, but you can't use Unreal PCG on the Unity side. Love the Wadabu content? Or blood? We want to deactivate the collision on the No. So the problem is this on begin overlap triggers before it even does this. So because I am creating or because that triggers before this, basically it doesn't get the attacker set. So because the attacker is not set, then the first immediately when it spawns and overlaps the character, it just goes, oh yeah, that's not valid. So I guess what I need to do is check if it is null. And if it is null, then store it and then wait for it to be set and then try again. We can do that. Like, maybe? Hey, Jose, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Tried the notes at collision enable and said you could. Yeah, that's what I was doing. But you can't do no. I need the opposite. I was doing setting collision to be enabled, but that for some reason just doesn't work if the character is already overlapping. It just doesn't detect it as on begin overlap, and also for some reason doesn't detect it for get overlapping actors. Because fuck you, that's why. Yeah, Marina, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, I could try. I could try the next tick not there. I could try it here. I could try it here. And I could give it a branch to see whether or not we even do this on a variable. So we could say, you could make a bool. Once it's set to true, then we can bypass this. But if it's not set, then we wait an extra frame. That might work. He missed me. I don't like that he didn't hit me there. What? How did I miss him? Why are we missing? Why are we missing? Did I? Oh, no. Worry only. There you go. Worry only. This needs to be no collision. How do you? What? Okay, so now that worked. What? How did you miss before? Okay, so now he's hitting. Okay, so just to confirm, if I turn this off, yeah, okay, he did not hit me there. Did not hit me there. Okay, if we did this, okay, why didn't he hit me there? Okay, he hit me there. Okay, maybe the problem on that one attack, okay, is actually on the attack itself. If we gave it a less start offset of like 150. Okay. Okay, good. He hit me. Good. Good. Okay. It seems like all of his attacks are hitting now. At point blank range. Okay. So now, what we can do is just give it a boolean that says attacker. Oh, we don't even need. No, we don't even need this. We just check if the attacker is valid. Is valid. If it is valid, then we just continue on. If it is not valid, then we just do the delay until next tick. There you go. That's the solution. Okay. Jesus Christ. Is that a type of situation where look for plan B on the table? I mean, yeah, this is already plan like G. And validate again with the attacker actor you're looking for. Yeah, that's what we end up doing. So you are on the right track. It generate overlap events set to false. No, because I mean maybe that would have worked as well. Either way, at least now he's actually hitting us at point blank. Because that was the big like a big problem that I had is just they continue missing me. And that's annoying. How does he doing that? That is such a low chance of that attack. He did it 3 times in a row, really? Okay, cool. Seems like we're good. Seems like we're good. Cool. Fixed. Done. So that was why we had the freaking game mode thing set up with the... Cool. It's fixed. Huzzah. Okay. Now let's go. Let's come here and let's look through this spreadsheet that I haven't really looked in forever. Let's just clean up the stuff that I don't care about anymore. Yeah, all of this is done. Get rid of this. Trigger buttons need to fire once. Okay, we need to look into that. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be. Add boss currencies to the deck builder. Oh. Do I want that? I don't think I want that. I don't think I want that. But I think I do want to do... I might want to do a currencies page. Do I want to... I don't know if... we have our stats and our weapon. Maybe I'll put the current... like the collected currencies down here or something? Or... because I feel like I'd want to know... my currencies before going to the shop. Like ideally would be nice. Same thing here. But there's not enough stuff here. Like there's gonna be only 3 bosses in the end here as well. And then eventually it'll be 6 plus. And then I might want to have... yeah. For now, nah. Okay, you're going away. Deck builder sort by boss. That is something I definitely want to do. I want to add a new, and then favorite card. Yeah, I want those. More types of normal attacks. For the melee, having a combo attack, or at least. Oh yeah, that's done. That's done. Cool. More projectiles, less damage. Yep, we're taking care of that. Different damage types. I'm still unsure about this one. I think the answer is probably no. Different damage type? Maybe. Because I have damage over time, I have projectile, melee, and spell. I don't... when I specified different damage types, it was like fire, ice, you know, that kind of stuff. Don't really need it. I think I'm just gonna delete all of the done ones. Piercing reduced damage after every hit. That seems good to do still. Dashing through rooms, wall fix. That's probably still a thing, isn't it? That's probably still a thing. Hold on. Why is that a thing? I should not be a thing. I don't think that's a thing anymore. Because there's no scenario where you would have... you'd be able to even dash between rooms. Yeah, I don't think that's possible anymore. I think we're good. Piercing hits the same enemy multiple times. Did we fix that? Let's find out if we fix that. Because I want to say no, actually. Because... I don't think that's a fixable one. I don't... I guess what I can keep track of is actors already hit. So it can't hit the same actor multiple times. But I kind of wanted to be able to do that. Maybe that's fine. So what's happening, just to explain what the problem is. Is if I have, let's say, an enemy here, and an enemy here, and I do a projectile, piercing attack, right? It'll go through both of them. Cool, they'll both get hit. The thing is, the attacks, the projectiles, have a radius. And that radius will go here, on this guy, right? And here on this guy. Which means it's going to overlap. So more like this. So that means this one will get hit, and this guy will hit twice, and this guy will get hit twice, right? Once from this one, and once from this one. Because it's basically an AoE hit. I guess the way to avoid that is to... Oh man, we got 77 degrees here. Oof. The way to potentially avoid that is when you have piercing, it will not do an area of effect except at the very end explosion. Or just in general, it'll only do an area one at the very end. Otherwise, piercing is single target. Whatever it hit. I think that could work. I think that could work. So basically, when a lifetime is over, it would need to do a multi. Or here. If the flipbook explodes, then it's a multi. So, in that case, we can do... a for each loop with... no, see, for... Does for each loop... off of it... How does it sort a multi trace? Is it off of what the distance is between what it hits? Or... let's find out. E5. how does a multi sphere trace sort the hits? Is it by distance to the hit? To the center? First hit. Second, etc. I imagine it's first hit. So along a trace from start to finish. The blocking hit will be the last hit if there was one. By their distance along the trace vector. From start to end. The earliest hit along the sweep path comes first. Okay. So if we were to say only grab the first one, then that could work. So what we can do is set this to true. And then here, we can do a for each loop with break. And then when it gets to all of this, yeah, another one here. We could check if this is true. And if it's not true, then we break it. Because I believe that will result in just the first one being hit. Whatever was going to be hit first. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because it's distance. Hey, Unknown Axe, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Got some ideas? Ones that are doable and not like a giant, complicated series? I'm listening. The reason that won't work is because if you're here, right, and the enemies are here and here, and you did, right, this is your attack range, then when you attack the second guy, well, this is first. Right, it's gonna go this way. It's gonna hit he begin overlap here. And then here it's gonna begin overlap, but then he's closer. Not him. Damn it. So what we need to do is Oh, I can just reduce the radius. Ooh, that's what I can do. I can just change the radius. Screw it all. We'll adjust the radius based off whether or not it's the quote-unquote multi-hit or not. That's the easy solution. So if we do a select based off of the final multi-hit, if it is not the final multi-hit, then we do this. And if it is, if it is the fully multi-hit, then we do this. Otherwise, we do, I don't know, like 5. Basically only targeting 1. Huh. PCG and mesh terrain stuff, even though it's experimental and the most basic stable one comes out in 2027. Yeah, that's why I'm not motivated to make a video on that. And then also there's a few videos on it already. GTA 7? Oh yeah, that's not a big project at all. Go watch my City Gen series and realize why I don't do big series. Yeah, go. Acel Arts made a video on mesh terrain. You can go check it out. Yeah, my blessing. I think that'll work. I don't think I even need to modify anything. Do I? Let's find out. Is it? Okay, I guess the radius is too small. 50? Okay. 20? Fine, we'll keep it at 50. Why? Actually, hold on. Oh, it's because it's actual location. I need to... get the sphere rate. Here's what we'll do it at the impact point, not at the location. So what we can do is get actor location, get actor forward vector, multiply it by the radius. And that is the location. Right? So that way it's basically no longer the center of the actor, it's now at the impact point. Which means 5 should hit. No? Yeah, that hit. Why did that one hit? Yeah, there we go. That hit. Why did the first one not hit? Okay, it's hitting now. Odd. But this needs to be file multi-trace. Or Boolean. Get piercing shot. If it is not a piercing shot. Okay, that's the full thing. Good. So if I did now piercing. Okay. Yeah, the last one there does the radius. Wait, hold on. What was that? What? Oh, it's because I need to reset that. This, because it's a pooled actor. Set in use. You need to go back to off, please. There we go. So now, yeah, we have the big one. Good. And where's it? Piercing. Small and big. Excellent. Excellent. So now if you have piercing, it is more... Actually, you know what? Instead of the radius I put in, I should just use the original radius. That's what I should do. Use the original radius. Okay. So if it hits another one at that close of a distance, like they're really touching, it can hit it. That's fine. Because I feel like that is like the size of the projectile at that point. I mean, I am playing the I am playing the explosion sound or the explosion animation. Maybe it should be the full thing. No, this is fine. That's fine. We can always change it back. I'll mark it as CVB in case I want to revisit it. Piercing hits smaller radius till final explosion. Not stopping attack anim if killed. I think we're good. Finally good on that stuff. Fire accumulating dot when in fire. Fire accumulating dot. Look, I don't know what that means. I'm removing it. A lot of these are just old. So I'm just gonna pretend like I fixed it, and we're gonna move along. Too many mobs spamming charge attacks. That's no longer a problem. We did a full rework. This up. Elite mobs with unique extra abilities is done. Cap on items we should implement at some point. Twitch integration is still on my list. On death, align sprite to floor normal. No longer needed because we don't have angles. Potions is done. Homing explosion happening at players sometimes. I haven't seen that in a while. Let's find out. I think we're fine. I think we're fine now. Okay. You up. Let's see what we have here. Difficulty option, yeah, I would like that. Damage number, same thing. I would like to add that in. Train enemy hub. Split screen support. That's lots of question marks there. Random deck option, that is something I really want to do. Basically, have an option to just go into a run with a random deck. Because I think that would be really fun. Save dynamic material for hiding objects and reuse. This we can do. So this was a suggestion that I got last week. So we'll probably do this one next. I'm just gonna clean up the done stuff. Let's see. Feedback when enemy hit, done. Visual cue about the area you're about to hit with special abilities. I kind of want to do something, but I'm not sure how. Visual indication for weapon ability locations. I just don't know how I could do that with my setup. Oh, and a new cursor. I think I had a cursor, but then I removed it. Or it just stopped working. I don't know. Some cursor. Probably should go under UI, honestly. Enemy charging visual indicators aren't clear enough. I think that's improved. So we rework that. So when you recover currency items, showing something like red crystal fragments can be collected on dungeons. Yeah, we have that. That's just... I mean, I guess I could just put in a... tutorial section, but like there's no point of even putting that in. That would come with like story, the lore, and everything else. Projectiles need to be more visible. Yeah, that's improved because we're now using better effects. So this is actually our stuff. So let's do the dynamic material setup. So the good suggestion that I got about someone having a setup is right now, if I was to go right in front of a tree or in front of anything, right, I give it a new dynamic material instance, and then I check if it already has one applied, so I don't create a new one. But if I go in front of this sword, and then in front of this sword, these have their own individual dynamic material instances, instead of reusing the same one. Oh, wait, I don't think I'd be able to do what I'm thinking of doing. Could I? Because if I was to assign the same dynamic material instance to both, when I go in front of this sword, won't they both, this one and this one, then go invisible? I don't think I can do that. I'm pretty sure what I have is correct, now that I think about it. Hold on. Did I just realize something before I made a mistake? E5, if you have a dynamic material instance on multiple static meshes, and you set a value on the dynamic material, it'll apply it to all those objects. Right? I'm not crazy? Pretty sure I'm not crazy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that. So the person had a great idea, but yeah, I did it right. It needs to have, each one needs to have its own dynamic material. Okay. Cool. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and fix up this problem. Where I need to give myself some charts and get myself deck size up. Because if I give myself some more cards, right? Yeah, it's scaling the entire thing. That's not right. So we gotta fix that. I closed the blueprints, which is why it's lagging. Give it a moment. Okay. Okay. So the problem is I put a scale box on the entire thing. The question is, why does... But I guess the only part of the that I want to scale is this? I think. And I wanted to scale and fit. Ooh. Do I want it to scale? Hold on a second. We did this for a reason. let me see if I can remember the reason. Is it gonna let me do a standalone or is it gonna crash? Okay, it's gonna let me do a standalone. Okay. So if we did like a super wide, let's say that's fine. No, that's working correctly. Why did we? Oh, if it's too narrow, I guess you can't fit it. But that's it. So if you're a weird one and you have like a narrower, well, I guess it's not so much even having a narrower, right? Because if you if you have enough resolution here, then getting it taller. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, if you get it taller, then that becomes a problem. Is there a way? Can I scale to fit X up to a certain amount? Oh, stretch direction. Down only. So I think it will not scale up, but it will scale down. Right? I think that's what that means. This will be the first time I'm using this. Why? It was just fine. Now what's the problem? Right. XCSS is the problem. Why is it even trying to do anything with XCSS? I'm gonna need to restart if I turn this off, aren't I? Yeah, let's turn off XCSS. It's given me a few headaches. For the time being, we can have it off. I just need to come here. Do not display XCSS. Okay. Start it. Click the right button. Da-da-da-da. Like. So hopefully now it will not complain about it. Let's also take a quick look at the main. So let's test all of this real quick. If I come here, it should not have. Oh, why do I have only upscaling TSR and off? The hell? Why am I on DLSS? Oh, is it because I'm in here? Is it the standalone versus the package build? I hope so. Hold on. It's not happy. Select. Oh, no. Cancel. I do. Select the viewport, please. Oh, what's going on here? There's the problem because I disabled it. Why is this
Quick ad break. Blueprints are now AFK farming errors. The bugs will wait patiently for me.
okay? Isn't the whole point of this that if it should just return? Okay. Maybe that was the problem. We'll find out after the ads. Yeah. So hopefully now we'll have no problems testing the stuff. And the scaling will be fixed. And then I can take a look maybe at the boss shops one. The boss shop one is annoying. This happens only the first time, and then it's fine. Which is weird. Okay. Let's see. It's gonna work. Okay, good. There's those, and if I did standalone, is it going to show the others now? Yes. Okay, so that was the problem. Okay, cool. So we have no more of that, which is fine. Let's go to the hub. Hey Matthew, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It's loading, just not in the foreground for some reason. There it goes. Okay, let's see. Okay, found a slight problem. This is working though, for what I want. What in the world is happening behind it? You know what? I don't want to know. But what I do know is the problem here is the fact that the background of this, I don't want scaling. So if I remove you, no, put you here. Here. Just have it cover the entire thing. That's fine. That'll probably get me what I want. I don't know what the hell is going on with the background though. I guess it doesn't really matter what it's doing in the background while it's paused and everything, but you know what's interesting? Okay, right, so the L fit. If I did like a really vertical one, they're just getting smaller. And if I got a really wide one, then they're not gonna get super big. Like they'll get big if they need to, relative to fit, but they're not going to. Yeah, so this is working correctly now. You could always see all of them, basically. Obviously, if you have more cards, right, they'll appear here. And that means I can actually be able to add these without having issues. Yay! Looks a lot better than last time you saw the game. When was the last time you saw the game? I mean, thank you, regardless. I'm mostly just curious, when was the last time you saw the game? You. Okay, so now we can add these, no problem. And if we have it smaller or bigger, it doesn't matter. Ooh. That is shit. Okay, so maybe instead of doing what I did, I need to put it in here. Down. No. Here. Down only X. all placeholder art except for her. If you're, she came after all of the card art stuff. Didn't she come after this? No. Oh no, no. It was her, and then we did the card art stuff. Yeah, but that wasn't too long ago. And this is all placeholder too. He's just different style. What? Oh. Is it this? Phil? Phil. They ain't Phil. I still don't like the UMG system. Still don't like the UMG system. Why? What? Why? Oh, why is this still here? No, hold on. Okay, hold on. No, replaced with child. That shouldn't have been there. I thought I undid that, but I guess I didn't. Let's try this again. Hey, Gregory, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. One fantasy Pong generator? What is fantasy Pong? What is PCG? PCG is procedural content generation. That's the system in Unreal that allows you to basically just advanced spawner, advanced logic-based spawning system that allows you to spawn things, but whether you spawn is up to you. Basically, a fancy point scatter, I guess is the better way of phrasing it. I need to align this, or align this up. Try this again. We'll deal with that later. Okay, I think it's actually working. I think it's actually what I want. Okay. Okay. Let's just go ahead and buy some carts. And revisit here. That's all fine. Smaller. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay, cool. Yay! And we'll just do a quick test of a standalone. Otherwise, I think it's... we got it. You are an LLM? I am an LLM? I'm not that smart. Not even remotely. Not even as a joke. I'm not that smart. Yay, it gets smaller and fits to the top. But if I made it bigger, like way too wide, it'll stay. But if I made it taller, then it'll get bigger. Yay, this is what I want. It's better. And now we just need to also fix up this one. Because that should not be left aligned. I realized a whole system for getting points on things and filtering said points. Yes. Not even on things, just or creating points out of thin air. You never can tell nowadays? True. It's always good to check. This channel, as far as you can tell, has the deepest and most informed take on Unreal system. Okay, well, you said this channel, not this person, so I appreciate that. I can concede the channel thing because there's not many options. Definitely not the person that has the deepest and most informed take, but I'll take the channel. Yeah, okay. I can accept that one. Why is this separated again? How did this turn off? Hey, Jelani, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Game has come a long way. It's getting there, slowly but surely. It's getting there one little step at a time. I need to... Grid panel. Center line. I think that's all we need to do. Our channel host is the large project boss. I mean, this is a large project, and I'm, in a sense, the boss, so I guess you are accurate. It's hard to argue that one. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that's centered now. If I make this bigger, yeah, okay, good. Cool. Yay, works. Works with any aspect ratio. Hey, Maya, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. If you think PCG has a set of tools, you will never be able to go beyond them. Imagine the PCG is just an empty canvas. Take everything your imagination allows and give this image something from PCG. What? I don't even know what that means. What do you mean it's an empty canvas? You don't paint inside a PCG. You use PCG to put things in the canvas of Unreal. PCG is a brush that you can use to place trees in places. Right? Like you can literally draw the spline. I don't know what you mean by PCG itself is a canvas. That one's... My brain doesn't work in compute, sorry. 2 years I'm plugging away every day. Gonna make it? Oh, I'm sure I will. Whether or not I'll be any good by the end is debatable. I have no desire to stop. Right. If I had a desire to stop, I wouldn't be applying for the Mega Grant. Right. This is my chance. My one chance. Not actually one chance, but like... If it goes really badly, I'll probably be too demoralized to ever try again. So maybe my one chance to be a successful game developer. It's probably not gonna happen. Okay. So that is all fixed up. Let's close you. Most indie devs only release one game. Yeah, they release one, get demoralized, never make another. Poor bastards. Ba, 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 ba. Why does the image occasionally just not fit the entire thing? Oh, is it that it just doesn't generate? Wait, what is this image? What is this image? Oh, okay. That's that. It's just for... Okay, weird. So I guess it just doesn't generate the image somehow? Is that what's happening? The world is opening up for system designers. Everyone is hiring you right now. Oh, they're hiring them, not you. The world's need games that don't run like ass. I mean, but that's not a systems designer. That's different. Right? A system designer doesn't necessarily make a full optimized system. It just makes a system. Since that's working. Question is it going to work if I did now standalone? I'm assuming Wizardry 3 is a game. Or there is no Wizardry 3 tier game. Or if Legion Go is the game. Let me phrase that. Legion Go is the game. I think. Why? What is... Like, how and why? Why does this happen? I do not understand. Okay, what if we did this? Okay. What if I changed it all to wrap like this? Hey, Sarman, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Legion Go is a Windows computer that looks like a portable Nintendo. I assume you mean a portable Nintendo Switch? Because Nintendo's a company. I'm gonna go with portable. Well, no, Switch is already portable, so it can't be that. I'm not good with this kind of stuff. I'm not good with understanding between the lines. I'm too dumb for that, damn it. Like a Nintendo Switch. Okay, got it. Gotta remember, I'm stupid. Okay, it's working. Okay, by putting everything to freaking align, it seems like it's working and fixed. Third time's a charm. If it goes three for three, then I think we could say it's good. Because it's based on Windows. Also has like its own operating system. Your old hard drive was failing, but worked every now and then. So for about 8 hours, you are taking the power out and back in to transfer all your movies. Got 3 terabytes recovered. I'm glad you got it recovered. Why were you taking the power out and back in to transfer? Why do you need to do anything with the power to transfer? Yay! It works. Okay. Yay! Okay. Let me just turn off that text. Finally. Just go ahead and attach that. Thank you. I think we've had enough of that print string. There we go. No more print string. You wanted to get Legion Go 2, but it's like $2,000? What the hell is this? Okay, I gotta look this up now. At $2,000, you have my interest. Legion Go 2. Lenovo Legion Go 2. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a few of these. It's like the Ally and all of those kind of, yeah. They're typically running either Windows or Linux, right? One of these. I've never really been a portable guy because I don't go anywhere and I then just am in front of a computer. So I've never like really cared much for the portable. But looks cool. 8.8-inch screen. You have a Switch 2, never been out of the dock? Yeah, but Switch is a little bit different. Because you have no other options if you want to play Switch 2 games. Right? Most of those kind of things, the third-party ones, are for like Steam. Or like just Windows games, right? So you already have, your alternative is your computer. Or laptop. Or any other number of things, right? For Nintendo, it's like, you gotta buy their stuff or you just gotta buy their stuff. There's only one option. There's piracy, but that's a different story. And that won't get you, day one games. it stalled every so often, so you had to power cycle it to get it spinning. Oof. I'm glad you got 3 terabytes recovered. It's good. Hopefully that was a 3 terabyte drive, or the 3 terabytes was all you needed. So yeah, I managed to get everything. You had your hand on it the whole time, feeling the drive spin. I've done that. It somehow feels good. I remember that from the days of old. You don't use portable things except your phone for calls and texts. For calls, I actually, for a lot of the stuff, I actually call from my computer. Not using freaking phone link for Windows. God, that app is so garbage. But I, because typically the only people I'll call actually is my parents. I have a one of those free Google Voice numbers where I put my old number on that and I use it to call from the computer. And then if I need to talk to someone like on WhatsApp or something, I'll pick up on the computer, which is very rare. Everything I do, I try to do on the computer, basically. You haven't put your phone to your ear in years? You just use speaker? I mean, depending on where you live, that could be okay. Or depending on where you put your phone when you speak. Because not every speaker is good, I know. Like, I can immediately tell if my mom put me on speaker. Because she sounds distant, it's harder to hear her. Like, I immediately can tell. She'll do it, obviously, if she's, like, working in the kitchen. But it's a big quality difference. I'm thinking. We're pretty much... Is there... What else is there to, fix up? Hey, Euler, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You have an idea for my game, but you're new. Go on. This should be interesting. Make it grown offline? What? I don't know what that means. You mean like finish it? I mean that is a good suggestion. That, you know what? I haven't thought about finishing the game. She yeah. I keep saying like I'm not very smart. Man, if only I thought of finishing it earlier. Yeah, I could have finished it. Let me turn off all the traces. Oopsie. Gotta turn all those on. Joking, bro, chill. What? What? Chill about what? Nothing happened. Ending game. Back on. You off. There you go. Don't forget to revisit the shops. What do we do? What do we work? I guess. Do I just submit it? Do I just submit the application at this point? And you start working on the boss? The next boss that we're working on? Continue working on him? You know what I've been wanting to do is these damn lasers. I don't want them stopping at the first target hit. Or I mean, I kind of do, but the problem with them is if you just have an enemy right next to it, right, it's just gonna stop the entire laser. So maybe I just don't use that. You can go back here, here. I need to, let me just get the enemy. Be back, Gloop Sting. Do a champion, which should be plenty. Well, I mean, I meant to do an elite. Right here, if I send here, if there's an enemy right here, and there's multiple lasers, you're just, none of them are going to be activating. Right? So that's my only concern. So what I want to do is come here, here, here. I think this is just the world turret spawner. I don't think this has any logic in it. Otherwise, it wouldn't open to that. No, this is just modifying stuff. Wait. You. There we go. That's the one we wanted to change. Found you. Okay. So here, distance and damage check. If I don't do this, let's see what happens. Uh, Sphere trace for objects. No. I need to. Is there an option for? Here, we should do this. This should work. Yes. Okay, so that works now. Because it's a lot deadlier, I'm going to reduce the length of the lasers. But that visually, I think, is a lot better. So then we don't need you. Just do it this way. Okay. So now if we customize the max length, let's say 300. That's better. I'd say even smaller. 50. Also, where's the exclamation point? I just realized. Wait, is it even working? 20 max length. I feel like max length is not working. No, it's not. What? Why? Oh, I'm setting max length. But this is laser distance. Get max. Okay. Wait. Laser distance. Expose and spawn. Get max length. So I haven't even been able to set that, apparently. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Now we have the little chubby one. Okay. Okay. That explains a few things. Okay, but why do we not have the exclamation? Why don't you work? You're hitting game by default. If the lifespan is greater than 0.01. And the lifetime is 1.75. So then why? Set lifespan. Delay before spawning or... Wait, what? I don't think that's right. I need to be getting... Oh, no, that's right, that's right. Delay. Yes, it should be 2.5. So this should be 2.5. Right? Why is it 0? Delay until next tick. Okay, there we go. We just need a good old delay. Good old delay fixes everything. Okay, so now we have those back, which is good. So now whenever he attacks, we know where those are spawning. Also, I kind of want a slightly randomized lifetime. 1.5, and we'll do 0.5. Hey, Caesarus, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. This should be a little more interesting of where they end. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So when they spawn, they don't spawn exactly in a straight line. I might even go even a little more random. It's time to learn Unreal now versus the other engines you're dabbling in and you're liking it a lot. I'm shocking how many just pre-built tools is there for you if you need. Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it. Well, the beauty of UE5. Say goodbye to all those in UE6, but yeah, UE5, yeah, absolutely. Loving that new aesthetic of the art. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Remember when your character was just a gray dude running around? Well, the gray dude was just Manny, if you recall. I just had Manny running around. You know, the default mannequin. There you go. Yeah, that's a lot better. Still get hits. Excellent. There. I think that's a lot better. It's now more reasonable to also be able to avoid them because they don't cover the entire area. Like they're not so big and other enemies will not block them. Yeah, I think that's just overall better. Sweet. Do you stream elements for your chat overlay? No. I use Nutty's chat. You didn't really use Unreal Engine at all when you saw him? Fair enough. Yeah. Now, you'll forever be in your minds. If I go to you. Right. It should look familiar. Also, I just realized that it was also the UE4 mannequin that I used, not even the UE5 mannequin. I don't even know why I ended up using the UE4 one. I think this one just didn't read very well. Yeah, this one read better. Either way. Yeah, I'm using Paper ZD. Yep. You're learning some Cobra code because you might do a 2D or 2.5 someday. Yeah, that's where I got started. Yeah, I watched. I got his Udemy course, and that's what I used for the game jam that started this game. Away. You know, there's one other enemy that I kind of want to rework or somehow adjust. And that's the shark, because he feels extremely overpowered. Obviously not so much here. This is not very overpowered. But if I made him a champion, then hitting from all sides and hitting that hard and slowing down and reducing stamina is very, very powerful. So I feel like I need to reduce his damage at the very least, because he does stamina damage and slows the character. So I feel like his damage needs to go down. Let me tweak his damage. You know, you gotta give some kind of, you know, damage. Let's do like 4 as a base, so that'll be a considerable nerf to the damage. So he'll do more. He'll still hurt. Yeah, that did almost nothing. Why did that do almost nothing compared to the 7? Put it back to 7. Why did it get hit that hard originally? But see, that's fine. Why did I get a hit for like so much of my health? Oh, see, now that's fine. Did I get hit multiple times somehow? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like multi-hit somehow? When it shouldn't have? Like, now it's fine. Never mind. Okay. Continue. I guess it's fixed, whatever it was. Yeah. For champion, his damage is very low, right? I'm at 76 with him. And if I swapped him out for another enemy, hell, even him as a champion, I'm at 51. Right? So he's already like nerfed compared to the others. Although his damage number is the same, but I think his ability, like damage scale, is down. So, who knows? Whatever. I guess we're fine. Yay! Freaking no. Speaking of looking into Unreal, I've been looking into another engine as well. Not Unreal. And depending on how that goes, what's it called? I might start doing some like videos on it. Not really like tutorials, but just like be like, hey, here's how it is for someone that, you know, is an Unreal person kind of video. To me, I'll make one of those at some point, assuming that I continue on. Is it Flax engine? And it's not Flax engine. So you're learning with Godot and GDScript. Nice. And so you went from Godot to Unreal? Be looking into Godot, trying to plan for the future in which Unreal isn't viable. Yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. I'll give you a little secret. So am I. I've been doing some Googling and looking into it. Not much, but, you know. It is, I think if there's an engine that I would swap to, it'd probably be that one. And I think that's the same for a lot of people. Yep. I don't know if they ever get as robust as you'd like. We'll see. Yeah, you're not gonna make like a full high quality AAA like style game, right? With big visuals, right? You're not doing that in Godot, but you can make amazing games, right? You can make large, good games in it. It's just you're not making like a AAA game in it, which is fine. Most likely, if you're going to be using it, you're not exactly a giant, you know, publisher anyway. So you probably should be scaling down your game to something reasonable. The main thing that actually is nice about it is it's from what I've been seeing, it's scene based versus actor based, but like going from actors to scenes is much easier than some other systems potentially. It's very similar. Not as mature. I mean, it's still being developed. You know, they just released a new update. They'll continue to do so. It just will take time, of course. Always does. It doesn't really have visual coding, but I think code blocks recently dropped. It has that's what I was looking into. It has a plugin for it. That you could use to make the full game. If it's like a simple if it's going to a simple my brain stopped. My brain just stopped. It's like, I don't know what the word says. I forget it. Hey, Batman, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, Julian. How's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. U6 is going to scenes anyways. Oh, is it? Doesn't really matter what it is. That's not the reason why people are leaving. Or even considering leaving. / staying on UE5. Scenes are literally anything you decide to make it, basically. And then nesting is a nice ways to visualize it. Or it has, like, you know, it's like an actor. Scenes are the base, and then you can put in your components, effectively. And they're all also, like, a tiered system. So it resembles that. Scene code in U6 is really funny at the moment. Have it just spawns actors anyways till they get around to the feature away from actors. I mean, yeah, it'll take a bit of time. They'll get there. Actors will go away. Blueprints will go away. Yeah. All the plugins everyone's been developing that you've been using and loving will go away. It's basically a new engine from scratch, right? Yeah, some things will stay, but like most things will change. right? If you weren't using substrate's going to be the base material system. So it's going to be Y up instead of Z up. That's been for decades, right? It may as well be a new engine. But anyway, guys, it's been fun. We'll continue this tomorrow. Maybe we'll figure out some other stuff we want to fix up before we package it for the Mega Grant. And if not, we'll start figuring out what we need to do still for the new boss. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night. And I will see you all tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific as always. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.